Excellent. So welcome everybody to a pretty different Monday night That's on this TV live session. Normally it's just me. You're getting me plus 3 this evening. I've got some incredible guests that I want to introduce you to, and I want you potentially, depending on where you are in the country, to get involved in a project that these guys are doing, which sounds incredible. We're going to talk all about it. It sounds absolutely mental, to be honest, as well, but very, very fun. These are the boys from Collective Media Company. We have got currently Coronation Street's Sam Retford. He currently is playing Curtis Delamere in Corrie. And we've got filmmakers Neil, Eli and Lloyd Eyre-Morgan in the house. Good evening, boys. How are you?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
Really good. I mean, this is pretty exciting. So just to set the context, folks, everyone is saying we are loud and clear, which is great. Keep me posted in the chat here on Facebook. Make sure that we are continuing to be loud and clear. A mutual friend of ours, a great actress called Vicky Myers, reached out to me last week. She was like, listen, I've started working with the guys at Collective Media Company. They've got a great track record for previous films that they've done. They're shooting a new film at the moment called White Wedding that we're going to go into in great depth tonight. And they are looking for some help to complete this film later on in September. Is there anything that I could do and the Acts on This community could do to help you make that a reality? And I was like, if Vicky's vouching for you, you're more than welcome on. You've got the community basically at your command, whatever you need. And tonight we're going to go over how people can get involved and can help. And before we do that, do you mind? I've just got a little bit of housekeeping, boys, just to do for members of actsonthis.tv. Just to let you guys know, hopefully, and again, this is not all going to fall over. This should be good. Let me just know if you can see my browser. I should have my browser window now as well. Just to let everybody know, if you're a member of actsonthis.tv, if you're an actor, if you like acting, if you want to land more roles on TV, come and get involved in the community every week on a Tuesday or a Thursday. I sit down with a top casting director, agent, actor, writer, producer, literally the biggest names in the industry. We chew the fat on a private Zoom call, pretty similar to how we're doing it tonight, but you would get to be on the Zoom call and just discuss how you can have more success in this industry much faster. Just let everybody know, our session with Tony Way, the incredible Tony Way, there he is next to Ricky Gervais in Afterlife. Afterlife, are you fans of Afterlife, fellas?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
It's freaking good, isn't it? And we had Tony on last week. He was on last Tuesday. Just an incredible bloke, so kind, so giving. He spent 2 hours with us talking us through his career, the beginning of it, how he's ended up working with Ricky Gervais. A couple of nights after that, these guys obviously went on to win the NTA, the National Television Award for Best Comedy for Afterlife. If you want to get access to this chat, you can go on actsonthis.tv, click on the preview section. You can watch a little preview that I'm going to play out for you now. If you want to get access to the full 2-hour chat, along with 400 hours of other content with massive names, people like Stephen Graham, David Harewood, Matt Lucas, Daniel Mays, who had loads and loads of great actors on recently, agents from United, Independent, B-Side Management, massive names in the industry right now. Get yourself over at actsonthis.tv, get a membership. Best thing you could do for your career, but that is available for you right now. And I will just play you, I'll play this for you, lads, as well. This is just a little trailer. It's only 2 minutes of some of the stuff we got up to on the call last week. That Tony was on. Hopefully you should have this on your screen, and then we will dive into the film White Wedding that you guys are doing. Maybe we'll get Tony involved in that as well. Give him a ring, get Ricky Gervais on board. But here we go. This is just 2 minutes on the session we had with Tony last week. Star of so many of my favourite TV shows, including recent smash hits like Giri Haji, ITV's Des, and of course, you'll all know him as Lenny from Ricky Gervais's Afterlife. It's Tony Way in the house. Tony, it's so bloody good to have you here, mate. How are you?
Well, I remember him saying, I'm going to write a sitcom with you in one day, and it's going to have a Laurel and Hardy feel about it.
No way.
It took him until 2019 to make that happen.
God. Are you okay?
There was the sight of him just slurping up like a fat fucking Labrador. Oh, God. It's... Oh, God. Change the subject.
How is it different, like working on one of Ricky's sets to something else?
Yeah, it's extraordinarily fast, but you never feel rushed. You always be allowed another go, I think. If you were to ask Ricky, could I have another go at that? You'll always be allowed another go.
I'm a big advocate for people creating their own work, you see, to get noticed. Was that the case with you?
5 of us would just go out the camcorder, film stuff. We didn't really even edit it. We didn't know what we were doing. It was for fun. A week later, I got a call from someone official at the Fast Show and saying, do you want to come and be in a Suit You, Sir sketch?
For you, what have been the things that have helped you like propel forward from job to job, do you think?
Weirdly, the more I chased it, I found the harder it was to get, which is a very difficult thing to say.
If you were starting again today, what would be your first 3 moves to get that first TV job?
I just want to know how it felt, like mindset-wise, going from something quite small like T Bang Bang to something like massive, like a Tom Cruise vehicle.
What advice would you give to someone who's like easily overwhelmed?
I think you just need to do the first thing first, because that problem you're worried about happening, it's not going to happen if you haven't done that first thing anyway.
What one piece of advice would you have for anybody who's going to end up on a set with Ricky Gervais, Tony?
Just sort of do your job, get on with it. He'll love you. Make sure he finishes by 4 p.m.
Boom. It doesn't work after 4 p.m. basically, Ricky. Just like, look, chilled out set. Don't worry about it. So if you want to get access to that chat, folks, actonthis.tv. It's in your members area right now. If you're here watching live on Facebook and you were on that chat, again, let us know what you thought of it. It's quite a lot of people who are watching now. And you will have heard me say I'm a big advocate in that trailer of people creating their own work to get noticed. That's exactly what you 3 guys are doing right now. It's what we're here to talk about tonight, and it's what hopefully some people who are watching are going to be getting involved with later this month. Let's just go around first of all, just sort of like a minute on each of you. Who wants to go first, just to introduce yourself, and then we'll talk a little bit about the new project, White Wedding.
Lloyd.
So I'm Lloyd. I'm a filmmaker from Manchester, and I've always been an advocate of making my own work, and like, you know, kicking down the door that way in some respects, and you know, making stuff happen. I think, you know, it's quite easy to talk about just doing stuff and not doing it, and I think actually just taking that leap and doing it just opens so many doors. Like, you know, with a short film I made a couple of years ago, Closets. I mean, it took me to, you know, Hollywood. I went to Holly Shorts, which is like an Oscar qualifying festival at the Chinese Theatre, and I just literally was like, I want to make this film, and got people together, and we just did it. And I think, you know, it's very hard to get someone's approval to let you make work, but it's very easy to make your own work if you just take that leap to do it. You know, doing the funding forms and doing all that stuff felt impossible to me. So I've always just got a camera, got a team together, and now I've been really lucky enough to found a really great filmmaking family with Neil and Sam, who, you know, together we're just going out there and creating and being creative every day, you know.
I love it. No, honestly, wow, that's amazing. Like, you know, getting yourself, that's what I mean. It's like it literally is limitless in terms of the potential. If you really work towards what it is you want, you have a clear focus, and sort of like, you know, you're not just saying, oh, I want to work more. I mean, that's a bullshit goal. If you're like, right, well, actually, what do you want to work on? And if you're not getting that work because you're waiting for people to give you permission to get it, then what's stopping you from creating it yourself and always proving the point? So people might be like, holy shit, right, I will give you the chance because you've proven that you can do it. Neil, Sam, who wants to go next?
Go on, Darling Angel.
Age before beauty. Hi, I'm Neil. I'm a filmmaker as well. I'm also a support worker for MenCap, which I think it's important to, you know, to be obviously say like I do a full-time job as well. Do you know what I mean? We're not just filmmakers. I don't say just to devalue it. Like, we have like jobs as well that we go and do. So, and the 2 jobs that I have are extremely important to me. So yeah, I'm a filmmaker, stroke support worker. Currently feel like a builder because me and Sam have spent, and Lloyd sometimes have spent like 3 months like building, grafting, knocking walls down, building walls back up, all for our new project, White Wedding. Yeah, and Lloyd equally does as much work, but like he's much better at writing the emails, while me and Sam like throw bricks at each other and squabble about. Like, Lloyd teaches me how to use a drill on a daily basis because it just doesn't go in. I just don't know how to get it in. I don't know how to do it. So yeah, that's how I do talk rubbish as well. So get prepared.
No, it's all good, honestly, definitely. And yeah, I'm all for expanding skills, get your DIY skills sorted out as a filmmaker as well. And Sam, I guess, yeah, you're juggling Coronation Street right now whilst doing this job as well. Like, what's going on with you?
Yeah, I'm Sam. Hello, everyone. I'm
Hi, Sam.
hi, mate. Long time no see. I'm a filmmaker and actor and lots of stuff. Do loads of stuff. Figures in all the pies. Yeah, can not cope to sit still. So yeah. I don't know. I always started with I was when I used to go and do like talks in schools and stuff like that. I'd always and you know give any advice I could to people who wanted to get into the industry. I'd always say, well, what is it that you want to do? Do you want to act? And then they'd say, yeah, I want to be an actor. I'm like, right, well, go and get a normal job, go and get a muggle job, you know, something that you enjoy day to day, and then go in the park. And if you enjoy going to the park with some mates with your phone, or going and, you know, reciting a Shakespeare play, or you know, doing it in the park, as much as you would love getting paid £1 million to do a Netflix feature, then you want to be an actor. That's when you want to be anything else other than that, you want to be famous. There's a different thing. And then I started taking my own advice with that and being like, well, I really want to do this, and no one's going to write that for me. So luckily, after working on a film we did called SAM with these guys, I realized that I realized what it was like to be on a set where everyone has the same integrity, everyone's there for the right reason. And coming off that film, I was like, this is what I want to do forever. You know, make films for the right reason, make films where there's no politics involved, where there's no, you know, no high powers that be saying this, and that. We're all just there in a park with a camera, some actors and a guy with a boom, and then it's happy days, and we just make films. And then yeah, since then we've been you know, bleeding into sets and all of that jazz and stuff, and just we do it ourselves, don't we? We just YouTube every day, we just wing it. We Collective Media, we wing it as we go along, and it pays off. And I think it is that, it's just we're all there for the right reasons, and it will always pay off if you're there giving it 100%, you know. So
yeah we're all winging it. I'm winging
100%.
this right now. Like, I've put all this technology together. We're going out on Twitter. We're going out on Facebook. We're going out on LinkedIn. I've no idea how long this is going to like stand up for. But yeah, you just got to do it. You got to go, right, you know what? If we want it, I always say this. If you really want it, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. Yeah. And this community, Act on This, is all about people literally taking advice that they'll get tonight and going away and acting on it, you know, to get where they want to go without being dictated to by, you know, powers that be. People think their acting career is dictated to them by chance or powerful other people. And it's like the people who in my circle who are winning, and you know, and I certainly, you know, try and create as much content as I possibly can as well, are the people doing it for themselves. So fair play. I'm going to share an article. I was looking at this. Obviously, we only met really briefly yesterday, so we are winging this. I mean, like, I am genuinely asking you questions I do not know the answers to. Normally, I've you know, I know the answers, so I know which questions to ask. But I was just having a little look on Digital Spy. This is about White Wedding, the project that you guys are doing right now. It says Coronation Street, Sam Retford and Hollyoaks David tag team up for a new project. This is what I read out, because this just sounds absolutely crazy. Titled White Wedding and already in production, it's an LGBTQ plus musical film with a horrific twist involving different dimensions and flesh-eating creatures. Now, creating a film on its own, that's a challenge for anyone. Putting a musical together makes it even harder, and then throwing in zombies and special effects. I mean, what have you guys got yourself into? Where did the idea come from? And like, just give us a synopsis. Like, what's it about?
Lloyd's not well.
Now you said that, I'm like, what?
We were all sat around having a brew, and then Lloyd just came in and was like, I've had this wonderful idea, and we're just going to do it with no money and no idea how we're going to do it. We're going to do it tomorrow. And then we just like, and now
I guess like the thing is, I've always been a massive fan of the horror genre as well. So I wanted to do something that was a different kind of take on it. And we love musicals. We did a musical at Hope Mill a couple of years ago that was with Sam and Neil as well, called Closets. And we managed to pull off the musical. So like Neil was like, well, let's put a musical number in it. And the musical number in it comes kind of from Neil having a wild dream about getting in touch with a Spice Girls producer once.
But this happened.
This is what we say about just do it. Like Neil that morning woke up and he came into my room and was like, Lloyd, I've had a dream that the Spice Girls producer, that we all got out of a car and Jerry Halliwell was there, and we were saying we've got to get this producer. And I was like, Right, okay, whatever.
It was
Went
Mel
to
B,
sleep.
actually.
Neil,
It was
Mel
Mel
B.
B and Jerry. Right.
So
In
Neil
a mini metro.
basically emailed one of the Spice Girls producers, who then a week after had us in his house meeting him, who wrote all the Spice Girls hits, literally just from Neil emailing, having this dream.
This is Elliot Kennedy, yeah?
Yeah. And now he's attached to this film and has written an original musical number for us.
This is what I freaking love, because just ask for it. Tony Way was right. Tony Way on that interview, he said when he was starting out, him and five mates, like he said in that trailer, he went out, shot stuff with a camera. His friend loved the Fast Show at the time, didn't understand how you got tickets for it, because he thought, oh, you don't ring. normally you'd ring the BBC ticket line. He just rang the production company and went, yeah, I can have some tickets for the Fast Show. And they went, no, you don't understand. This is not how it works. And he went, oh right, okay. Whilst I'm on, got any work experience going? And the woman went away, came back and went, yeah, actually, do you want to do 2 weeks on the Fast Show? Just by asking. And then he got his mates involved. That's how Tony got involved. And then before you knew it, they're friends with Vic and Bob. And then the careers are taking off. Sometimes having those crazy dreams, Neil, whatever you were on before you went to bed, keep taking it, because you keep dreaming about the Spice Girls. And yeah, you wake up.
How do you know me so well within like 3 minutes of meeting each other? Right.
I can just tell. And yeah, and then you go and ask, and then boom, you make it happen. Right, I've actually got a clip that I'm going to play out of some singing. So this is David Tagg. He plays Sylvester McQueen, yeah, in Hollyoaks. I've got a clip of. You did send me this a second ago, didn't you, Neil? Let's have a look. I've got a clip of some singing. One of the songs from White Wedding, and then we're going to go into how people who are watching can get involved and what we need from them later this month. So let's have a look if I can share this. This is one of the songs. Was this one that was written by Elliot?
This is the original musical number by Elliot for the film.
So this is a Grammy Award-winning music producer, yeah. So here we go. I don't know what the volume's going to be like, but let's have a little look at one of the songs.
Sweep a lady off her feet, and from today I'll be the only man you'll ever need. I'll be your Prince Charming. What? The ceremony's starting. No. Say yes to the man of your dreams.
I was going to marry a woman today.
I'm your Prince Charming, bold and disarming, the only man you'll ever need.
What? What the fuck? What the fuck is going on?
Prince Charming, I love it. He looks the part as well. Looks like a good Prince Charming you've got there, definitely. So I'm seeing loads of people in the chat. I'm already seeing people. There's loads of people who are watching saying, would love to be involved with it. Where's it being filmed? I'm a zombie before I have my coffee, said Tori. I'm sure you're not Tori. What's this? Andrew's a tap dancer, very interested. Just go for it. Everyone's loving it, basically. What do you need from the people who are watching, and potentially people who are going to be watching over the next few days as well on the replay? How can we kind of help you get this film done as a community?
I mean, it would be wonderful to have people who are obviously really interested in film and really interested in acting, people that are, interested just to come along and see the whole process. But we need supporting artists, really, who are going to come, get involved, have fun, and be zombies.
And they'll be zombies, and they'll be featured. So it's going to be a wedding ceremony where a zombie outbreak happens basically in the middle of the ceremony. So we need 10 zombies.
10 zombies
attacking people, attacking the priest, like infecting people, and then we need the other people to be basically getting infected. It's going to be kind of like a fast style 28 days later mass infection happening in a wedding.
My God. Let us know in the chat if you're up for being a zombie. Who wants to be a zombie? Let us know. Josh has said he's already. He says I'm in. He's already in. Definitely.
Brilliant. Welcome to the team, Josh.
You're in, Josh.
Amazing.
So it's how many are we talking? Like 50 people or?
50 plus, like however many we can get. You'll also be wedding guests for the ceremony, because it will also there's also going to be a ceremony that happens as well, and then there's the outbreak of the zombies happening, and then there's also people who are kind of Rosemary's Baby style cult sacrifices who are going to be wearing cloaks and have daggers in the air. I mean, it's endless what you can play in this.
Bloody hell. So, and where's it being shot? Macclesfield?
In Macclesfield, yeah. So it's kind of, I don't know, I think it's like 20 minutes from the city centre on a train. And yeah, it's just going to be loads of fun. And I think we're going to create something really special. And, you know, it's a Manchester-born film. We want people from Manchester, from the north of England, to get involved in it. And
yeah, and also like we there's never a point where we're not making something. I think we went from what were we doing when you came out? We just wrapped on something. We just wrapped on longer. I think we were just in post-production when Neil came down and had this other idea for another film. You know, it just literally spirals, and we're always looking for people to collaborate on. If people are interested in the other side of it as well, like the production side of it, 100%, like we want to help kind of be an entryway into that side of the industry as well. Like if people want, you know, experience in camera operation, all stuff like this, like we want to be able to kind of make a family where we can kind of supply that, you know, what knowledge we have and equipment and stuff, and share that with people, because we understand that this side of the, like, it's all well and good what we're preaching here, where yeah, it's fantastic, go out and make your own work, but it is difficult to get the momentum started.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're always here to kind of, you know, come down to our studio down in Stockport. We've got Collective Studios over at Vernon Mill in Stockport, and we're always happy to have people down. And yeah, we're going to start doing some kind of filmmaking classes and stuff like that. But yeah, just hit us up, send us an email, just make yourself known, and we'll try and make a little filmmaking family in Manc.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna share your social media stuff and the website and like email addresses and that in a sec. But yeah, ultimately we're looking for this shoot particularly 50 plus supporting artists to either be zombies, zombie guests, normal guests getting infected by the zombies. Loads of great. I mean, it sounds absolutely amazing. It's going to be shot on. This shoot is the 25th of September. Yeah. Yeah,
and over 18 as well. Just thought I'd just put that in there. So anyone over 18. Yeah, over 18,
25th of September. It's going to be shot in Macclesfield. We're not certainly outlawing the Southerners. You want to come up further north. Macclesfield's kind of, I think, between Manchester and Stoke, roughly sort of in between. I always pass it on the way go to Stoke anyway. So yeah, sort of north. But, you know, Midlands-ish, you want to come up as well. You want to come up from the south. That's totally cool. And then, yeah, maybe like you were saying, Sam, like maybe some help from like experience on set, like behind the camera. And
yeah, absolutely. If people want to give a shout and they want to shadow different things, you know, give us a shout, ping us an email, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. And you'll be watered and fed and all.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. So yeah, so the supporting artist. This, you know, obviously it's a legit project, guys. I would never normally, you know, if it's not a legit project, be like, oh, just go and work for free and stuff like that. But this is a genuinely legit project with people who know what they're doing. They've got form. I'm going to play a little clip out of a film that they did last year. That's going to be shown on Film 4. Is it later this year, Sam?
Yeah. It's got into the Iris Prize Festival, and all of their shorts are going to show on Film 4 later this year. So it'll be available on 4OD all year as well.
Wicked. So these,
We did a very similar thing with SAM. We filmed in Burnage, which is a council estate in Manchester, where I'm from. And we opened that up to everybody. We opened it up to Mencap, who we worked with on the script, and we had people come down on one of the days, and we showed people how to use the camera and the sound equipment. And, you know, we had lots of people from Burnage come down and get involved in the film, really. So yeah, SAM kind of, yeah, was very similar in the process of trying to get as many people involved in the project as possible. And yeah, we've actually worked with quite a lot of the people that wanted to be actors and wanted to be in the industry. We've continued to work with them. So yeah,
nice.
It was cold, it was raining, it was November, and it poured down. So this one is in a nice little safe church that's like warm and full of zombies and blood.
You'll be kept warm. You'll have food. You'll have water. You'll have as much blood to drink as you can possibly want. And also,
Teas, coffees, the important stuff.
Yeah, all that. And you were saying, Lloyd, because there'll be people, obviously, you were saying about IMDb credits, yeah, because these people are featured, you're happy to give everyone who gets involved a credit on IMDb, yeah?
Everyone that gets involved will be credited and added to IMDb. And we'll give you a character name on there. So everyone's going to have a part to play when they arrive as a wedding guest who is a character in this film. So you'll all be on IMDb.
So you get your IMDb credit for that as well. I've got a clip. Let's go for some more video. I've got a clip somewhere of the trailer, just the trailer, so it's not particularly long, of your previous film, Sam, which, again, you can tell us about. It sounds super interesting. That I'll just share with people now, and we'll play this out. Let's have a look. This is just to show you a little bit of the guy's work on their previous film.
Sam!
Shit. Oh, shit. Great.
We've been trying to call you all day. What we told you about him? He's bad news.
I like him, alright. Hit.
Very nice.
Look, dude.
Hey, Julian.
No one ever take your breath away. That's how it sounds, Sam and Sam, man. Yeah. I'm not gonna count every second that with you I'm in.
What are you playing at?
What do you mean?
We're trying to call you all day. Get up. Leave him alone, man. He ain't done out.
I could give a piece of me to everyone I meet. You know I love the taste of the unknown. I could give a piece of me to everyone I meet.
Nice. Just give us a little bit of context on that then. And obviously, you know, what I like about it, and it seems that you guys just are happy to have conversations about stuff that other people are maybe a little bit scared of, you know, obviously disability and sexuality there and stuff like that. Tell us a little bit about how that came about, and the journey of the film Sam, and what you maybe learned doing that you're going to make sure maybe there's good things you learned that you can replicate, and there's some stuff where you go, oh God, we learned that on the last one, we won't do that this time. What was that like as an education for you guys?
We definitely won't film a short film in late November in a park again, I don't think, because it was quite
no
pretending it's summertime.
Yeah. It kind of started, it initially started, Lloyd had wrote a play a few years ago that had similar themes, and so the kind of initial story came from there. But I was working with Mencap teaching drama, and we was developing a show called Beyond the Disco, which was about two people with learning disabilities that fall in love, and how they don't have the independent, wasn't given the same kind of independence as two people that don't have learning disabilities. So conversations kind of started from there, really, and then we kind of workshopped it and felt that this story wasn't really being explored. It was definitely not being seen in the media or on TV, and so it kind of came from there. And I think I've worked with people with learning disabilities for nearly 20 years now, showing my age. I'm only 23.
Since he was 5.
Yeah. And I have ADHD, which has only recently been recognised as being a learning disability. So I struggled in school. So yeah, it kind of came from there, really, and we just wanted to make sure that, you know, we had integrity with it, and that it was something that was developed properly, and it wasn't, you know, it was coming from the voice of people with learning disabilities. And I think we achieved that in making sure that it was workshopped. Mencap was involved. George, fantastic actor, did workshops with Sam where they developed a lot of the dialogue and talked a lot about, you know, what it means to have learning disability, and how, you know, how people view that when it comes to sexuality and love and relationships. So
no, I love it. Honestly, that's what Vicky was saying when she messaged me the other day. I'm part of a great group of people. Shirley Houston from Corrie and Melissa Johns, she's in Grantchester at the moment. They set up something called Triple C in the Disabled Artist Networking Community. I've got visual impairment, which means that my eyes are going dodgy by the day. Hope, fingers crossed, they'll last a bit longer. But yeah, you know, it is sort of like the industry needs to have these kind of conversations and not be afraid of it. And there has been for a long time people who have, I think, have wanted to give those stories a voice, but for fear of offending people, for fear of screwing it up or using the wrong terminology, like they've just been like, it's not like they don't want to tackle that stuff. It's like they're afraid to for any kind of like backlash or something. And what I found with the disabled artist networking community is no one gets offended if you're trying, if you're just trying. You know what? If you make a mistake and you use the wrong terminology, like as long as you are actually doing your best, there's no disabled person who's going to go, oh, well, you try to tell a story that actually, you know, was worth telling, but, you know, you screwed up a little bit. Like they're not going to kick off, you know, and sort of like be ungrateful that you even tried, you know, you even tried. So I think it is about more people being brave and, you know, and making this stuff, you know, which is
it
great.
Opens conversations as well, doesn't it? We had some feedback, but I mean, it was received really well, especially from people within the community, people with learning disabilities. And we had some feedback that it could be perceived as grooming, and then it was like, we can't, you know, this isn't something that we necessarily feel comfortable with. But then I suppose our point was that it definitely isn't grooming. Like George's character, like Sam, they're both called Sam in the film, which makes it confusing because then you've also got Sam, who's called Sam. George has got capacity, you know, he makes his own choices. But if it was about grooming, why can't that be seen, and why can't we discuss that? Because if we don't discuss things and we don't have open conversations, then people are then unaware. Do you know what I mean? Like we see lots of different storylines on TV, like which help people to become aware. It creates, you know, what's the word that I'm looking for, lads? What does it create? Conversations. There we go.
So, like, yeah, you'd leave a screening of it, and people would always be having, which is a good thing, always be having awkward conversations. You know, they'd be saying, "Oh, was it?" Well, that's the whole point of the film. The fact that you think it was, or is it, or isn't it, is wrong, and it's something that needs to be addressed and challenged. And instantly, if you're thinking that it's, you know, something malicious, you're thinking of someone who's got a disability as lesser than, despite the fact that George's character and George is equal to me and my character. Because of his disability, he's looked down upon. In fact, in the film, George has a higher privilege than me, and he in that film is helping my character. So it's it's a really interesting one. I think we like to spark conversation, as we all do, and I think that's what films should do.
Yeah, definitely. And it's good to, you know, it shouldn't be, I was talking to Ruth Mailey, just did a drama for BBC Two with her called, the working title's Independence Day. And Ruth, obviously, you know, she's got a spina bifida, wheelchair user, big advocate for using disabled actors in roles that aren't just all about disability. It seems like for such a long time, any disability in any show has always, from the outside, seemed almost sort of like, you know, a shame, a pity. It's always been sort of like the struggle of that, as opposed to anything that's actually empowered. And it's like they just happen to have a disability. They can still live, you know, the storylines that are nothing to do with that. You know, like,
well, Down syndrome is not mentioned once in the entirety of SAM, is it? No, it's not about it. It's about sexuality. It's just about two people on a swing. It has no qualms on it. It's why, you know, stuff like this Peanut Butter Falcon, you look at films like that and you think, oh wow, wonderful, you know, how amazing. You know, you've written a character who has Down syndrome. You know, we all know someone with a disability, but there's still the sidekick in that film. You look at that and we've still got a non-disabled protagonist who is the lead of the film, who is the leader and is going to show the person with a disability how they're going to help them. We need films where the people who have the disability are at the forefront of the story, like you say, and it has nothing to do with the fact they have a disability. They're just people. We are just people.
Well, I love it. So it's going to be go on. Sorry, Neil. Lloyd.
It's how you said, like, everyone's kind of terrified to do it, because it was so interesting with SAM and like festival submissions. When it started, it was quite rocky, and then one really high profile, like Oscar BAFTA qualifying festival took it, and then everyone went, oh, it's fine, and then everyone else came back and took it, and we were like, you know what I mean? It's just
hypocrites. Yeah. It's no, it's wicked though. Absolutely. It's no, honestly, I think we do need to, you know, challenge things like that. So I'm just going to bring up your Instagram. I've got the right one, haven't I? Collective_MC. Yeah. Make sure you go and follow these people on Instagram. You can check out obviously clips of all their work and behind the scenes stuff, and then their website, collectivemediacompany.co.uk. You can check out everything else that they offer. You shoot stuff for people in the acting industry as well, like show reels and stuff like that.
Yeah, we do a lot of show reels for actors, but we also I'd say what 70% of the lead cast in White Wedding were people that came for us for show reels, and then we discovered how amazing they were, and they've been cast as leads in this. We also like to collectively gather people that come and work with us for show reels, and then work with them on our projects and bring them in and discover new talent from this service that we offer. Sorry, I was just going to say, we once even did a show reel for someone that morning, and I'd woken up that morning and seen that there was a competition online for a horror film short competition, and we ended up, the actress that came in the morning for show reel ended up starring in that in the afternoon, and then it ended up winning the Biffa horror film competition. And so we kind of, so we just like to discover new talent through this as well, and also people that book on with show reels with us as well, then also we bring them back to act in other people's show reels free of charge, so they keep additionally getting show reels throughout the year, and it's kind of just like a collective company of actors in Manchester. We're kind of building a database of people on there that we want to work with and keep acting.
And like different projects as well, where actors have then come to us and said, I've had this idea, I really want to film this. And then we'll be like, well, we've just built a pub set, so come and film your pilot here, and you can use our cameras, and we'll crew it for you and stuff like that. We just want to, make a rolling green room where you can just come round and come and chat about things and make things together, and
I love it. No, absolutely. Collectivemediacompany.co.uk. You can get in touch with the guys there. And is there a general place where people you want to send them to if they want to get involved in the film, they want to be one of these 50 crazy zombies at the wedding? What's like the most succinct way so you can keep all the correspondence in one place? So you're not being hammered on Instagram and email and phone calls and all that sort of stuff. Where can we send people to?
I think it's our email, our work email, which is hello@collectivemediaco.com.
Say that again, Lloyd. hello@collectivemediaco.com.
Yeah, just double. That's right, isn't it, Sam? Because Sam's the email meister.
Check it, Sam.
I'm the email meister. It is hello@collectivemediaco.com.
Nice. hello@collectivemediaco.com. Could someone put that in the chat for me on Facebook if you are here live? hello@collectivemediaco.com. And we'll go through. There's been so many comments here, guys, literally hundreds, but I'll go through just a few. If you've got any questions for the lads, let us know in the Facebook chat. If you're watching on Twitter, come over to facebook.com/@onthisTV if you want to ask a question. If you want to hang out on Twitter and listen passively, that's cool as well. Give it a cheeky retweet. That would mean the world. Helen says she can bring her own zombie pitchfork. If you need a zombie pitchfork, Helen, you're probably in. We can sort that out for you. Everyone's just saying it sounds fantastic. I'm in. Alex is asking about what time. So on the 25th, what time? Is it a full day shoot?
So it is, I believe, let me just check because Vicky's kindly helping manage this as well, who is also a very good friend of yours. She's emailed me.
And is joining Collective Media.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Exclusive.
Yeah, Vicky is an administrative beast. Like, if you need someone to like really keep the shit going, she's on it.
She's phenomenal.
She's on it.
She takes every skill that we lack and times it by 10. She's amazing.
Yeah. So the times are 9 o'clock until 2:30. So 9 a.m. until 2:30 p.m.
That's like a Ricky Gervais set. Finishes by 4 p.m. Wicked, yeah. Well, I mean, that's not a grueling day, guys. 9 till 2:30, fed, watered, IMDb credit, good laugh, part of the team and obviously get involved in stuff moving forward. Sharon says she is totally available that day. Kelly says, I am down for this. So we've got at least 10 people so far. Let us know if you're up for this, folks. I can only see certain comments for some reason. Facebook always only gives me like the 25 comments of the latest ones. All the others have gone. But Helen, so how you get involved, Helen, is hello@collectivemediaco.com. Drop the lads an email. Oliver says sounds good to him. Let's have lots of people are saying they really enjoyed Sam as well. Is there anywhere people can watch Sam at the moment, or is that still in festivals?
So it's going to be from October. You'll be able to watch it over on 4OD, and it's also going to show on Film 4. So it'll be on 4OD for a whole year. So you'll be able to watch it on your Sky Smartbox or just on the 4OD app.
Okay, wicked. So 4OD from October, yeah. Julie says, loved Sam the film, really fabulous. All right, Caroline, how you doing? Rachel says, this film is brilliant, saw it at Manchester Film Festival. So that's Rachel Beach, must have seen Sam.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Definitely. Michael's in. Let's have a look. Julie can't make the 25th. Julie, they'll keep an eye on the boys' social media. There'll probably be other things down the line.
Yeah, feel free to just ping us an email just to say hello and just welcome yourselves, and we'll print it off and pin you in our office.
Wicked. Yeah. Get you up on the office wall, Julie. Elizabeth says, Sam, I love your performances in Corrie. Awesome. Boom. Very, very strong and outside the box storytelling. I can see that it has something, gives people something to think about. That's Oliver talking about Sam. Ruth says counter in. That's another one.
She's just emailed us. Thanks, Ruth, and thanks, Alex, as well. Alex Hewitt.
Emails in already, guys.
Nice. I told you. Honestly, we will do this. We will get you 50 people by the end of this week, definitely. Let's see. Lots of other people, work with people with special needs or have got family members with disability as well. I mean, in terms of accessibility for the set, if you were gonna, I don't know, have. Obviously zombies with disabilities, like who says a zombie can't have a disability?
It's accessible. My brother's going to be there, and he's a wheelchair user, so it's an accessible set, and just ping any requirements that you've got in your email, just so we're aware of them.
Yeah, wicked. Oh, that's awesome. Let's have a look. Oh, there's just loads. I can't keep up with your comments, folks. Thanks for sharing the email address. There's people who have shared it there. It's been shared about 100 times. Let's have a look. Kate says she's a dental hygienist. She can bring some dental instruments. Mwahaha. Don't know what you'd be doing there. A zombie dentist. We'll sort that out, definitely. Jamie says, I'm an Anglican priest as well as an actor. He's got the gear for the priest. If you need an Anglican priest, we'll sort that out. Andrew is an actor in our community. Andrew Dalton, shout out to you. He's also a filmmaker as well. He says, do you guys ever make anything or like travel down south at all? You ever done any projects outside of Manchester?
We've done we've done projects down south and abroad as well.
Yeah. So I did a show in a theatre in Eastbourne. That was the show that I was talking about earlier with the cast that had it was part of MenCap, and we did a show, a musical in a massive theatre that was brilliant, and that was in Eastbourne.
Nice. There you go. What were you saying about abroad, Sam? Stuff overseas.
We're making a documentary about a reality documentary about drag queens in Ibiza.
All right. Well, there you go. Got any drag queens in the house in Ibiza? Let us know. We'll get you in that. Let's have a look. Indra's up for it. Indra, get yourself on board. Rachel says, I want to do this. Tess says, interested. This is in Manchester. It's in Macclesfield, Tess, and not far away, about 20 minutes away outside the city centre. Let's have a look. I just can't keep up with all these folks, but it looks like there's lots of people. Rachel says she's in. Liam says, sounds great. Sharon said I'd email, but I'm on my phone, so we'll do it after this ends. No problem, Sharon. The email address is in the comments. Joe is up for it. And Helen's now got a nun's costume. If you need it, we're not going to ask you why you got that, Helen. Absolutely. And Caroline now says she thinks she needs to come up north for a bit. Seems like it's totally different vibe to South Wales. It's where it's happening, Caroline. Get yourself up north, definitely.
South Wales is gorgeous, though. We love South Wales.
slightly better sort of scenery than us, Caroline, in Manchester. But yeah, just keep going, folks. hello@creativemediaco.com. Drop an email. If you watch on the replay as well, when's the deadline for this, guys, for people who are watching on a replay somewhere?
I would probably say the deadline for it would be around when I want to say Wednesday the 22nd, probably.
Yeah, Wednesday the 22nd.
To give us time to get back and give everyone details and get the call sheets sorted out and get everyone on track with what's going on. Yeah, Wednesday the 22nd latest.
Yeah, you don't want to give Vicky too much of a nervous breakdown. She's good, but don't do it the night before. Vicky, we got another 30 people for you to send call sheet out to.
Vicky as well. I hope Vicky's watching.
Yeah, deadline's 8 a.m. on the 25th. Vicky will sort it. Don't worry, folks. Just turn up. It's not a problem. That's amazing. Well, we'll keep the comments coming in. We've got about 12 minutes to go. I'm going to show you guys what's coming up for members of ActsOnThis.tv this week, and then we'll do a final wrap up. How did you? So what I've done normally, guys, is we go live. So like what I did over when lockdown hit, I used to do a lot of podcasting in person, where literally I would bring actors or casting directors and directors round to my flat, kidnap them. We'd sit at the coffee table and we'd chat sometimes. I mean, these are like proper in-depth chats, though. They got quite deep sometimes for like 2 hours, 3 hours. When lockdown hit, obviously, it all went to shit. Everything just happened to just have to go on Zoom. So for the last sort of 18 months, I've done a session, sometimes 2 sessions a week on Zoom with people from the industry. But I thought finally, there's a bit of a one-off just for now, but hopefully it'll happen more and more. I wanted to kind of do a whole wrap-up on COVID, basically, what it's taught me about the industry, what I've seen people doing over this time that's made them succeed and win in this industry, things that I've seen people do that have led to losing as a strategy. Just some people have deployed losing strategies, I think, and have very much just sort of played, I can't do anything amongst this, this time. And yeah, they've used it, it's time to chill out. But I think sometimes 18 months is probably maybe a bit too long to have a chill out. So I sat down with my producer, this guy, Petch, shout out to you, Petch. And we literally sat down last Friday in my kitchen to have a really sort of deep chat about everything that we've learned over the last 18 months. I've got a little trailer. It's basically me going on a rant for about an hour or 2 hours, something like that, 2.5 hours. But this is going to drop on Thursday, probably Thursday, 11 a.m., folks. It'll be in place of this week's live session. There won't be a live session this Thursday night. We will be back next Tuesday with a live session, though. Hoping to have David Bradley join us next week, cracking actor, and a team of a film called Roy, a short film that he's just done, actually, with a team of creators that'll be really interesting to talk about. But this is just 2 minutes of me just going off on one, but this is dropping on Thursday, midday. I remember a real panic sort of taking over our industry, where actors were like, I'm going to be completely out of work. There's nothing I can do about it. And I sat there one evening. I think we'd lost about 60 members in a week. Everything I've worked for the last 10 years could be over in 3 weeks. And we are back in the kitchen. Let's take our masks off. We are safe. You're safe, yeah?
I'm double jabbed, yeah.
Yeah, but you don't think you've got anything. I'll never trust Petch. You never know what he's got.
I noticed through that time a lot of people either went into fight or flight mode. It was survival of the fittest, you know what I mean? I saw people give up on their dreams, their careers, and I saw people thrive at the same time. Our lives and our successes are not dictated to by chance or powerful other people. They're really dictated on the amount of specific action that we take as individuals to get what it is we want. But in order to get it, you need to know what that thing is that you want. You get to choose what career you chase in your life. There are people in the world who will lose their lives because they chose to be a journalist, because they wanted to do a job. Here, you're never going to have that happen. No one's going to go, you're an actor. Oh, right, that's it. We're going to persecute you, put you in prison, or we're going to kill you. You get to do it. You don't have to do it. Please don't complain about the job that you choose, because if you're not happy, choose another job. So what are you seeing people doing who are winning? What are they doing? And people who are losing, what are they doing? Like, what are the habits? What are the traits?
Ultimately, it's the people who believe they can. I don't want to get to 92 and look back and go, fucking hell, didn't have the courage to chase that dream, didn't do that, didn't make that film, didn't write that book, didn't, help that person, didn't create that podcast, didn't shoot that tape, or whatever it is. What are you going to do before you get there that's going to make it all worthwhile? Everything you need is within you now, and you do have the courage to see it through. So find it and go and do it. That will be my advice. Boom. Ranty McRant rant there. Just thought of going off and on, but it's 2 hours
Brilliant.
of brutal honesty, basically, where I talk about everything, guys, behind the scenes. Literally, I did feel at the start of lockdown, around about 26th of March, I think I remember it to the day, I thought, fuck, what I've worked for the last 10 years creating this community could be over in 3 weeks if it continues to go the way it's gone, because everybody was panicking and going, that's it, I've got to give up on my career. Luckily, it didn't. We quadrupled the membership and the community throughout lockdown, so thank God it didn't go to waste. But that'll be out, so you get to hear the whole chat in video format or podcast format on the website in your members area from about 11 a.m. on Thursday morning. Well, to finish, guys, what do you reckon has been your biggest lesson of this whole last 18 months, like, you know, around this industry, maybe just about life, actually, and just appreciating how, you know, kind of fragile it is? But what do you reckon if we go round, put you on the spot, Lloyd, if we go round the room now, what do you reckon have been your biggest takeaways from this whole pandemic? And now hopefully we're coming out of it a bit.
It's a really weird one, because like the pandemic kind of brought me, Sam and Neil together with collective media, and we made something positive out of something that was so, you know, devastating for, you know, for everyone and everything that was happening in the world. And we would like, we could either sit and wait for this to pass, or let's get cameras and let's go out and let's get together and still try and do what we love. And I think it brought the three of us closer together, really, as a positive from it. I mean, we spoke every day during it, and then sort of we're like, you know, let's try and find a space, get a studio, and when it's safe to do so, let's start creating stuff and making stuff. And we wrote a lot and developed a lot, and it gave us a lot of time to think about ideas and kind of be creative and I guess reconnect and take a minute just to kind of sit and not have the busyness of the world and jobs and, you know, all that stuff that was going on before, and just gave us time to kind of create something which we're still doing now, I suppose.
Yeah. Did you guys not know each other before? You said it brought you together. Did you know each other previously, or?
We did, yeah, we knew each other, but we weren't working together actively, as in, you know, we didn't have a business together.
Okay, yeah.
Me, Sam and Neil. So it was from the pandemic that this business was born. We'd worked with Sam for 3 years previously in Closets a Musical and SAM, and obviously became, you know, really good mates with him and stuff. And then from that, we then got collective together during the pandemic and literally saw each other every hour and have seen each other every hour since.
Nice. No, it's got, honestly, it really has. Like, I've seen and heard so many stories where it has been brutal. It's been awful for anybody who has ended up with COVID, or, you know, ended up on a ventilator or lost somebody. Obviously, that, you know, it's not taking away anything from that. That is the worst. But if you are blessed with not being touched by it directly like that, I've seen so much, it sounds crazy, but there's so much good come from it, because it did give people that little bit of a fire break where you went, actually, you know what, I'm going to get off this treadmill of doing this job that I feel that I've had to do in order to survive. I'm on a level playing field. It's almost sort of like no one's in the race at the moment. It's like the race is postponed. So now I can really assess what it is I want to do, if I'm on the right path, if I want to change direction. You know, it has given people that breathing space that you might not have had otherwise. So it's great that it's enabled you guys to, you know, to come together closer. Neil, what's been your biggest takeaway, mate?
I think to enjoy the journey rather than like trying to constantly get to the destination.
Yeah.
You know, so I think you can start, and I think you kind of touched on something like that in the clip that we've just watched. I think you can get so caught up in being like, I want to get into this film festival, or I want to win a BAFTA, or I want to win an Oscar, or I want to get a film that ends up on Netflix, or and you can get so caught up in trying to get to the destination that you actually forget to enjoy the journey that you're on. So I think I learned to actually, I love what I do. So just love what you're doing. And, you know, it might get into that festival, it might not. That doesn't mean that your film's not worthy or not good. It's just, it's a very strange industry that we live in. There's a lot of politics involved. So yeah, I think I kind of spent time thinking mostly about just really enjoying what I do and not being like, I want this or I want that. I just want to enjoy the day to day, really.
Yeah, just be more present. It's what I'm really trying to like hold myself accountable for, because I'm shit at it and really am about like, oh, what's the next thing? What's the next guest? What am I doing? Have I booked that in? Have I done this? It's like, can be really intense sometimes, as opposed to going, just going to sort of like sit back and just sort of like be like, what's now, as opposed to what's next, you know, and just be a little bit more present and enjoy it. And Sam, what do you reckon? What's been your biggest learning over the last 18 months, do you reckon?
I think sort of similar to what Neil said, really. I think there's something quite beautiful about spending, just on a side note, our collective emails are going absolutely mental. So
nice. We'll get you those 50 people. Come on.
Thank you so much for everyone getting in touch. Can't wait to meet you all. My goodness. I think that there's something beautiful in spending weeks and weeks and weeks sweating, bleeding, shouting, falling out, you know, bringing people together, building these sets, and then 2 days later tearing it down and building something else. And you kind of really very quickly learn what Neil said, that it's not about longevity. It's not about, you know, having something there to show everyone. It's just about once you enjoy the process, the joy becomes infinite, because you're not looking for an end goal. You're not looking for an end amount of satisfaction, like a button that you can press and just then you get the endorphin release and then you move on to the next thing. But otherwise it becomes infinite then, and you just constantly, everyone, the guys today that we were working with at the studio, you know, trying to build this set, they were like, you know, you're putting all of this work and money and effort and stuff into it, and then it's going to be useless on Monday. And you're like, well, it won't be. It will be infinite, and it will be, you know, eternal, because it will be on film and we've made it and it's our set and it's unique and it's one. So learned a lot of that, learned loads of skills with these guys, because we've had to do everything ourselves. So, you know, we've learned flooring and we've learned painting and we've learned sound and we've learned lighting and grading and editing, and all of these things we've learned and sharpened just because out of necessity. And I think it's brilliant.
Because we never get given funding.
Well,
bloody BFI.
Yeah, we will fight for some more funding. Bring your wallets, guys. We just need you. We just need you to turn up for this film. We've got to get these guys 50 supporting artists. So just to recap for those people who are joining now, just to end now. Basically, we spent the last hour showing you why you should get involved in this. These guys are shooting a brand new film called White Wedding. They've got form. Their previous films have done really well in festivals. They're taking them to Hollywood. It's going to be shown. Their previous film, Sam, will be shown on Film 4 from October this year. This new film, White Wedding, is absolutely insane. It sounds so good. They need basically 50 plus, so maybe more, supporting artists to take part in the wedding scene, which is also a zombie apocalypse scene. You can be a zombie, you can be a crazy priest or whatever, all these crazy characters. You can be being infected by zombies, turning into zombies. Zombie dentist. It's a completely accessible set as well. Yeah, we got the zombie nun in the house. We got a zombie pitchfork before. I think that was you, Helen, who was doing the zombie pitchfork. It's a completely open, accessible set, so it's completely open for disability. If you're a wheelchair user, it's like completely inclusive. Give these guys a shout if you're available on the 25th of September, 9 a.m. till about 2:30 in Macclesfield. Drop them an email, Collective Media Co. So hello@collectivemediaco.com. hello@collectivemediaco.com. And even if you're not available, by the sound of things, these guys are going on to work on lots of other stuff. They need help behind the camera, in front of the camera. Just drop them a message just to say hello, and that you saw this broadcast, or you watched the replay somewhere, or you listened to the podcast somewhere. hello@collectivemediaco.com. I can't wait to see it. I mean, when do you reckon you're going to have this released for the festival run?
Lloyd wants it done the week after we finish, but
get it done in a week. Lloyd, what do you reckon?
We'll get it done. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping we've got it kind of cut together and done by kind of Christmas. We've got an animation to put in it as well that's being done for it. They turn into a cartoon as well at one point, obviously. So.
Oh my god! Just to keep it simple, yeah, we put a bit of animation there as well.
Yeah, so if you look very carefully and you're lucky, you might see yourself as an animation in the back.
Yeah, they're animating the wedding guests as well. So you'll have be a cartoon.
Your own Disney self.
Wow. And they're actually, the animators are fantastically talented London based filmmakers who've had some brilliant short films as well.
Absolutely amazing. Cannot wait. One last time, I will bring up the social media details as well, just so you can go and get some followers. Make sure you're following these guys on Instagram, collective_MC. Go and follow them. Let's get them up to 1,000 followers. And then the website there, collectivemediacompany.co.uk for all the other services that they offer. Any final words, fellas, before we wrap it up? I'll play the trailer for Tony Way's feature again for those people who are joining us late. That's now in your members area if you're a member of ActsOnThis.tv. But anything else? Have I missed anything at all?
Just a massive thank you from you as well, and from all of you for listening, and for if you're going to come down and be a part of it, and just being a part of Collective Media as well. We want you all come down to our studio and say hello, and pop in for a brew and a self tape, and we'll always here for your filmmaking needs, just happy days. It's lovely to chat.
Amazing, nice, and also it's been a real pleasure. Shout out to you, Vicky Myers.
Hey, Vicky.
Woo! Shout out to Vicky, and I will find. I've got so many windows open here. I'm like, where the hell have I put anything? Tony, have I got Tony Way's thing? You have to just like maybe sing a song, guys, while I just try and find Tony's trailer again.
For a white wedding.
Is it? Oh yeah. How much music is there in it? Is it that main song, or is there more stuff as well?
That's the main. This is obviously the short version, and then we're hoping to make a feature-length version, and there's more kind of concept songs for it, and then we've got another original song in it by Abby Ozard.
Bloody hell. No, you've really put the gauntlet down for yourselves. Making a film, as I say, on its own would be hard enough, but putting music in it, animation, zombies, huge crowd scenes. I mean, it's insane. But I cannot wait to see it. So I love you and leave you guys. I'll just check the comments for 1 sec if what else is going down. If you've got any last questions. Everyone's just saying, well done, guys. Can't wait. Hopefully see you soon. And drop them an email. Even if you can't make this project, there'll be other stuff going on, guys. Once again, hello@collectivemediaco.com. Look forward to seeing what you guys do in the future. So I'll play this out. I don't quite know how I end the broadcast on Zoom. I'll play this out, and then I'll probably very unelegantly try and end it. So don't go anywhere, guys, just in case I still need you. But for those who didn't see this at the start, this is the latest feature on ActsOnThis.tv. 2 hours with the incredible Tony Way. Plays Lenny in Ricky Gervais's Afterlife. If you missed it last week, go watch the replay in your members area right now. Here's a little bit. Star of so many of my favourite TV shows, including recent smash hits like Giri Haji, ITV's Des, and of course, you'll all know him as Lenny from Ricky Gervais's Afterlife. It's Tony Way in the house. Tony, it's so bloody good to have you here, mate. How are you?
Well, I remember him saying, I'm going to write a sitcom with you in one day, and it's going to have a Laurel and Hardy feel about it.
No way.
It took him until 2019 to make that happen.
God.
Are you okay?
There was the sight of him just slurping up like a fat fucking Labrador. Oh, God. Oh, God. Change the subject.
How is it different, like working on one of Ricky's sets to something else?
Yeah, it's extraordinarily fast, but you never feel rushed. You always be allowed another go, I think. If you were to ask Ricky, could I have another go at that? You'll always be allowed another go.
I'm a big advocate for people creating their own work, you see, to get noticed. Was that the case with you?
5 of us would just go out the camcorder, film stuff. We didn't really even edit it. We didn't know what we were doing. It was for fun. A week later, I got a call from someone official at the File Show, and saying, do you want to come and be in a Suit You, Sir sketch?
For you, what have been the things that have helped you like propel forward from job to job, do you think?
Weirdly, the more I chased it, I found the harder it was to get, which is a very difficult thing to say.
If you were starting again today, what would be your first 3 moves to get that first TV job?
I just want to know how it felt, like mindset-wise, going from something quite small like T Bang Bang to something like massive, like a Tom Cruise vehicle.
What advice would you give to someone who's like easily overwhelmed?
I think you just need to do the first thing first, because that problem you're worried about happening, it's not going to happen if you haven't done that first thing anyway.
What one piece of advice would you have for anybody who's going to end up on a set with Ricky Gervais, Tony?
Just sort of do your job, get on with it. He'll love you. Make sure he finishes by 4 p.m.
Boom. And with that, I've figured out how to end this. So I'll get you to do my catchphrase with us, guys. Everyone has to look at the camera. I'll do a countdown, 3, 2, 1, and we say bye for now. Everyone has to do it. Even Stephen Graham did it. I didn't think he would, but even he did it. So everyone's got to do it. Thank you for being here, folks. Really means the world. Go check out everything we spoke about tonight. And once again, hello at collectivemediaco.com. Yes. Amazing. Right. Thanks for being here. You know what time it is, boys. In 3, 2, 1. Bye for now.